I'm Matt with State of Flux here with a retro review for Richard Linklater's Before Trilogy. This is before sunrise, before sunset, and before midnight. These were introduced to me by one of my coworkers a while back, and I just got around to seeing them this week, and I couldn't really take my mind off of them. They're really quite exceptionally good, and one of the things that I like about them is they each take place over just a single day, and we just weave back into these people's lives over 3 separate important junctures, about 10 years apart. The first film, Before Sunrise, is a love story between a guy and a girl who meet on a train, and you see them over this one extraordinary day. We dip back into their lives 10 years later with Before Sunset. That film has highs that are higher than the first, however, an ending that's not quite as satisfying and seems just a little bit rushed. That movie's only 80 minutes and it feels like it's a partial movie, which is my only complaint about Before Sunset. And then we have Before Midnight, which is the last of the story, at least as of now, but I think is kind of designed to be the end, which seems to be a little bit polarizing, or at least in this household was. I like the idea of just picking back up and reintroducing yourself to characters that you're familiar with over different junctures of their life. This is kind of something that I think he toyed with for an entire film with Boyhood, but it works better when they're their own feature films and each movie is allowed to breathe and you're really able to get into the minutiae of these characters. For my money, Before Sunrise is my favorite of the bunch. I give that one like 4 stars. I think each one loses a half a star. Before Sunset gets 3.5, and Before Midnight 3 stars. However, I think all 3 are very, very exceptionally good films. The drama weaved within works really well. The comedy works really well, particularly in the second one. But it's these characters, these 2 individuals that you really, really get to hone in on, and I like seeing how they evolve and change, and sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worst with each subsequent installment. Ethan Hawke's character is pretty weak in the first one. He was my least favorite element of the movie. Not that he gives a bad performance, but he's just like so up in his head and stuff like that. But I liked how he grows and changes while also still feeling like that same character in each subsequent installment. And Julie Delpy is great in all 3. Both of the actors are exceptional. But I think this is a great movie to watch. I really see all 3 films as just one long story. Richard Linklater described these films as what could be, what should be, and what is. And I think that's kind of an interesting way to view how relationships sometimes work. I don't necessarily agree with the statement that each film makes or where all the different character choices land. However, I do still think they're interesting, relevant, and worth dissecting. So I encourage you to watch these films, particularly that first one, and if you're hooked, as I was, continue on with the rest of the trilogy. You're not going to be disappointed. They're quite good movies. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought of the Before Trilogy. Ding the bell, get those subscriptions on there and stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.